So today I have this orange spring makeup look. I went more for a kind of brighter orange lip, but a really soft pinky orange eye. But this is first of my many spring looks. I absolutely love spring makeup, so I will have a few more coming up for you guys very soon, so keep an eye out for that. And if you like my video, please subscribe and like it, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Hey loves, so I'm starting with my Cetaphil moisturizer to prime my face. I like to use a lotion to moisturize. I have super dry skin, so it's my favorite. Then I'm going in with my ColourPop eyeshadow in the shade Wilshire, and I'm using that as a transition color. I'm just buffing that into my crease very smoothly, very softly. I don't want too much of this color. I just want a little transition shade. Then I'm going in with the shade Crenshaw, also by ColourPop, and I'm just going to deepen up my crease. I'm not going too high on the crease. I'm staying really low, and yes, it's okay to get it on your lid. It's okay to be messy because these are just transition colors and they're just prepping us for the main part of the eye. For my next shade, I'm using the color Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek, and I'm putting that in the outer and inner corner of my eye, staying away from the center. It's okay if you get a little bit in the center, but you want to try to keep the center as clean as possible. So I'm buffing that on the outer corner, and I'm also buffing it in the inner corner. But for the inner corner, I'm not using the same brush. I'm using a blending brush as well, but it is a more slimmer and thin blending brush, which helps me get into smaller places. It's a lot more tapered, so all the fluffiness is at the end of the brush, which is much better when you're trying to stay away from any harsh lines or creasiness, anything like that. I'm connecting the color in the middle on the upper part of my eyelid just to give it a more round look and to put a lot more attention into the center of the eyelid. Then I'm using the shade Sun in the Galaxy Chick palette by BH Cosmetics, and as you can see, it's a really pigmented, beautiful pinky golden shade, kind of like a rose gold. I went in with it dry, and then I went in and put a little bit of water on my brush to give it a little bit more of an intense color. And then I went back with my blending brush and put a little bit more of Cocoa Bear on my brush and blended out the Sun shade. I wanted it to really blend and be like a gradient transition, not like really intense in the middle shade. I really wanted it to be very gradient. So then I went in with my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Brow Pencil. This is in the color Dark Brunette, and I'm going around and I am outlining my eyebrow. I'm not necessarily filling it in so much. I'm creating the tail and I'm also outlining it, and then I go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in dark brown and fill in the middle. For my foundation, I went in with two Fit Me foundations by Maybelline. I used the shade 225 to darken up my contoured areas of my face, so my cheekbones, my forehead, my nose, a little bit on the bottom of my lip. Then I went in with the shade 115, and I used that to highlight and conceal as well. I didn't feel the need to put a whole bunch of concealer on because I don't think I need it, but I used that foundation just to replace the purpose of a concealer. So I'm putting it in the middle of my nose, under my eyes, under the contour area of my cheek, and then I'm going in with two different beauty blenders. I'm using black beauty blenders, but I'm using two different ones because I don't want to mix the contour shade and the highlight shade just yet. So I go in and I blend out the highlight first. I get that everywhere where I want it to be. And then I go in with the other beauty blender and I blend out the contour shade. If I would have used both beauty blenders, it probably would have mixed in and I wouldn't have had the dark contour shade like I wanted it to be. It could have like blended out or it could have like really blended into the lighter color. You don't have to be precise with this process. You just want to make sure that you're not like mixing them too well. You're not mixing them too much. Towards the end, I start to use the same contour blending or beauty blender, but for now, I really wanted to make sure that the colors were kept separate and that it really like made a defined contour line and highlight. Then I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Medium Contour Kit. I'm using the shade Banana to set every highlighted area on my face. I use Banana because Banana is very brightening and it is really yellow, so it really counteracts with the foundation. And I absolutely love this shade. It is the best shade to highlight, or it's the best shade to set your highlighted areas. Then I'm going in with Fawn from the same contour kit, and I'm going in with a e.l.f. blush brush. I know that's weird, but I didn't want to focus too much on the contour. I just wanted to set it and make sure that it was, you know, nowhere was liquidy or creamy. It was all set with a powder. You always need to set any cream-based product with a powder or it will crease. I promise you it will crease. And then I went back with the banana shade and I went underneath of my contour and I just defined it a lot more. I made it more of a straight line. I made it a little bit too intense at first, and then I went in with my beauty blender and kind of like tapped it out, made it blend in just a little bit better. I thought the line was a little bit too harsh. Then I am using the shade Sand from the same kit and I'm highlighting my face. And I use a very generous amount because I like a very generous and bright highlight. For my lips, I use the shade Matte Passion by Milani Cosmetics. It's a really super bright orange, but it has a lot of red undertones in it. So it gave me that really beautiful neon orange, but I also wasn't too orange because it had a little bit of red in it. I really enjoyed that because I didn't want the orange to take away from the orange on the eyes. Instead, it made the red and the orange in the eyes stand out. But that is it for my tutorial today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!